Hello everyone, welcome back for another video here on my YouTube channel. Today is a video hop and we're celebrating the brand new release for Trinity Stamps for March 2023. We'll talk more about the hop in a second, but let's talk about what we're using. This is the brand new Baby Bunny stamp set. I love all the sentiments and then the great die that you can get separately that cuts out all the little bunnies and the words. We're also going to be using our Ribbon Twirl stencil, the Ribbon Twirl egg. I've used that once before already. And then we have our Puffy cloud layers. That's an oldie, but a goodie. So as I've done before, I'm going to take the piece of cardstock that I have. This measures 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches, so it is the full front of an A2 size card. And I've got my tonic platform out there, and I've pulled out that Ribbon Twirl egg stencil. I'm going to tack that down with some magnets, and then I'm going to use a little bit of mint tape just to make sure that I cover up this area, just to make sure I don't go beyond it, and if I do, that there's no ink there. And I'm going to bring in a couple colors of ink. This first color is Rosy Cheeks. I'm blending that on using my blending buddy. And I'm going to use this exact same blending buddy for the next color that I use, which is Prom Queen. So I'll pull away my tape. Then we're going to flip the stencil. So that's what makes this stencil so super cool, is that, yeah, it's a double, like, you know, all in one. And the effect that you get afterwards is so cool. It looks so 3D. And so we'll put everything back, easy to line up because of the embossed lines. And then I'll bring in that Prom Queen and we'll go right over the top. So it's a little bit darker pink that I have here. Put the cap on our blending buddy and move everything away. And then you can just see how cool this really does look. I'm obsessed. I love it. It really does look like a 3D ribbon egg. It's beautiful. All right, we're going to put that back down, and I'm going to bring in our Puffy Cloud Layers stencil. This is great for slimline, and this is fabulous because you just keep twirling it. And I'm going to bring in another blending buddy, and this color that I'm using is called Breakup Blue, and I'm going to move it down just ever so slightly and turn the stencil as we go. And all I'm going to try and do is avoid the egg. So I'm going kind of up to the egg. If it goes a little bit beyond, I'm not worried about it. And then again, keep twirling our stencil every time we're done, or moving our stencil along, but just avoiding where the egg is. It gives this really pretty ethereal look. I like it so much. And then again, twirl it again. And then we're going to twirl it one more time, but it just looks like this little egg is up in the clouds. I'm so happy with it. All right, blend a little bit more of that on the bottom, and then we'll clean up our mess, and we can move on to our stamping. Now, these bunnies from the Baby Bunny stamp set are, they might be, I say this with so much stuff, but it might be one of my favorites. They're so darn cute. And I am desperately in need of some welcome baby cards. Lots of new babies being born around me, so I love it. I'm going to ink this up with some Blackout ink by Ink on 3. Stamp that down a couple times because I want to make sure that I have a nice crisp black impression. And then I'll pull that out and we're going to color with our Olo markers. Those are just some alcohol markers. And I did stamp this onto some Express It cardstock. I apologize, none of the colors are up on the screen. If you catch them on the cap, then kudos. But I'm doing the non-typical way, for me anyway, is to go dark to light, or at least the typical way is to go light to dark. But I'm starting with my darker colors and then bringing in those lighter colors to blend that out. And then trying to keep as much white as possible. I want these to be some really cute little white bunnies with their little pink ears, and then we're going to add a little pink nose here in the end. But that is like a warm gray. We had number 3 and number 1. And we're going to do the same thing with this little bunny, just putting our shadows where we think that they would look best. Now, as I said before, this is a part of a video hop, so there are other hoppers to hop along with. We are celebrating the brand new release for Trinity Stamps, and you're going to want to hop along and check out what everybody has made, comment along the way. There is a prize, and then there's also an Instagram hop. So be sure to head to my Instagram and check that out also, because you don't want to miss out. There's so much great inspiration out there. All right, I'm going to bring in the matching dies. We'll tack that down with a little bit of mint tape, and then we'll run this through our die cutting machine, and we'll have our little bunnies all set to go. Get our base ready. That measures 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches, scored at 4 1/4. So this is an A2 sized card. And then I want to bring the outside in. I typically like to do this if you've watched me at all. We're going to bring in that Puffy Cloud Layers stencil again, along with our Breakup Blue ink, and we're going to blend all across the top of the card. We'll flip it a couple of times, but And I don't need it to go all the way down to the bottom. But that's what makes this stencil so cool, is that it will reach all the way across an 8.5 by 11 inch piece of cardstock. So I've done a few up there, and now we're going to stamp Some Bunny Loves You. There are matching dies for these sentiments, and I do stamp another sentiment and die cut that out. But we'll put one of those bunnies on the inside, and then we're going to get our panel ready to go. We'll take our crafty glue friend from Trinity Stamps and glue this down to the front of our card base. Then I'm going to take the sentiment that I stamped and die cut out, and we'll put some foam squares on the back. We'll peel off that release paper, which that's where this pickup stick comes in so super handy, because sometimes my release paper on some of my foam squares will stick pretty bad. So we'll put down the welcome little one, and then we're going to do the same thing with our bunny, peel off all of that release paper, and then we'll put that slightly right above. Oh, I can't wait to give this to the recipient. It's such a cute little card. And then you could change up your background and do for little boys, however you want to do it. Just have fun with it. And then I'm going to take some of these. These are the Trinity Stamps Transparent Sparkle Enamel Dots. I'm going to take my pickup stick and we'll put several of these down. I'm going to be pretty generous with them. There's a lot on this pack. You get 4 different sizes, which I think is fabulous. And you get lots of each size. So I'm, like I said, going to be pretty liberal. I'll put some down in the lower right-hand corner, and then I'm going to put quite a few, probably about 5, in the upper left-hand corner as well, just to add a little bit extra. But I do love how the clouds on that background give so much texture. I'm so happy with this card. I just love it. So if you like this video, be sure to hit that like button. Consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. And be sure to hop around, because you don't want to miss what everybody has to share with you. You're going to be so inspired. All right, everybody. We'll see you soon.